It's the final game of round 2 in NPL Victoria in this new season. And we are coming to you live from inside Turn 5 at Albert Park. It's Lakeside Stadium for South Melbourne versus the FV Academy. My name's joining you on the NPL Victoria YouTube for what is, as I said, the final game of the second round of the season. And we are looking forward to what is hopefully going to be an entertaining game when both South Melbourne and, as they were known last year, FV Emerging met in NPL Victoria. They combined for 12 goals across the 2 games. So hopefully we're in for an entertaining night. We have 2 changes for Matt Shepherd and South Melbourne, and some much needed experience comes into the lineup for South. It's Nikisha Sandhu and Raquel Doralis that are coming in for Alana Byrne, who will be on the bench this evening, and Annabelle Haffenden out of the lineup completely. And for the FV Academy, just one change. Heidi Dalton comes in for Alice Franco, who is going to be one of the potential subs available for the FV Academy this evening. 0 at the home of the Matildas last week against Alamein. 2 preventable goals in that one for FV Academy, 1 from the spot. And for South Melbourne, a 1-1 draw at Bentley Greens. FV Academy kicking things off here in the Aqua kit this evening in the traditional all-blue for Hallis. And we are underway at Lakeside Stadium. The last meeting between these two was a 4-3 win for South Melbourne. All sorts of drama here at Lakeside last year when these two met at the end of May. And the return fixture, a 3-2 win for FV Emerging at the home of the Matildas. Ball blocked here by Westland. And it's FV Academy looking to press early. It's Yara. Back for Annabelle Yates. They'll maintain possession here. FV Academy from the back. It's Goodsmith who did score in the 4-3 win here last year. 4-3 win, that is for South, not for FV Emerging, as they were known last year. The FV Academy now this year in NPL Victoria. Sandhu straight into the lineup and straight into the action. In central defence. The ball was left for Clich, but it didn't work out. And it's sent wide here. Yara with the ball in. At the second time of asking, it's cleared out for South Melbourne. Westland. Nice zigzagging balls here. Clich went quickly as well. And some early work to do here. What are we going to see? A red card already. Nikki Furukawa, I think it was, that was taken down. An early sending off here. There was a red card here last year. Amelia Tartaglia is making her way off. Lasting a mere 2.5 minutes here at Lakeside. A direct sending off here very early. And an early chance here for South Melbourne. Well, we promised drama and we only needed 2.5 minutes to get some. FV Academy down to 10. And Liv Bomford sits over the top of the dead ball here for South Melbourne. Conceded very early against Bentley last week. Got the equalizer very early in the second half. Is there an early score on the cards here? Bomford, who did score that goal against Bentley, will be denied, but it's still in the area. Now a corner for South Melbourne. Plenty happening early at Lakeside. Angelique Mangion is the referee here this evening. Gave Amelia Tartaglia her marching orders very, very quickly. After bringing down Furukawa. So now the first corner of the night here. Off target from Misha Westland. So for the second year running, the FE Academy comes to Lakeside to take on South Melbourne and will be down a player. Last year, it was the goalkeeper, Sophie Dean, who got her marching orders, resulting in a penalty that then was not converted. And FV have one less player out there now. And it's an awfully daunting task here. To have to play the entirety of this match with 10. Showing no mercy at all. Angelique Mangione, referee here this evening. Ball not quite getting through to Bomford. Onside here. No, the flag will go up eventually. Christina Esposito was right at the edge of the box. Sandhu, after missing last week for South Melbourne, slots back into the starting 11 for Matt Shepherd. There's a neat ball through to Dorales. Furukawa having a rough time. And the Academy will start from the back again. A false start there. And it does fall out of play. It was Amelia Tartaglia sent off after the run being made toward goal by Miki Furukawa. Just pulled her down. Reaching for the red immediately was the referee. Amelia Mangione here tonight. A little awkward there from Olivia Edwards, giving away the corner. First one of the night for FV Academy. Great save. Esposito, the first chance came from Chelsea Biggs. And on the follow-up, Esposito was up to it. Another chance for a corner here for FV Academy. The second corner. And again, the danger was Chelsea Biggs. Jade Tam, who scored an absolute stunner here in the 4-3 loss last season. It was from a free kick, a similar spot from where Olivia Bomford had a chance after the foul that resulted in the red card for Amelia Tartaglia. Played on by Clich. Sent high by Biggs. And then played on by Yates into a central area. Kept under control nicely by Westerway. He gets a second chance here. Some really aggressive defending that ended up working out well. Yamano did well for South Melbourne. Furukawa going wide into the middle of the pitch we go. Eliades will go again. Eliades out wide this time. Sandhu. Some pressure from Yara. It's Calling, delivering the long ball wide. South with the numerical advantage here. And it's going to be tough for FV Academy to find a way through if the ball's in dispute. Reduced to 10 players, just 2.5 minutes in. That's the early headline here from the final game of round 2 in NPL Victoria Women's. Just out of reach, and South Melbourne can look to take it away. The run being made by Yamano. Nope, sorry. It's Dragana Clich. Westland. Ball through to Bomford. Sandhu under some pressure. Clich looking to go quickly. FV Academy with enough numbers in the area. Some work to do for Doveston. It's turned over again. Westland looking to lob, and into the crossbar it goes, and it stayed in play. Hera Resin out of position as well. They'll get away with it. And we're still scoreless here after 12.5 minutes at Lakeside. First home game of the season for South Melbourne. Resin. Westland will emerge with it. Had to retreat, and offside. That time was the Rallas. South Melbourne somewhat expectedly on the press here. Now that it's 11 v 10 in their favour. Too physical as the ball was in the air from Tiff Eliades. Sandu with the header back just into that central area. Back with Esposito now. Bridie Cooling, long and down the line. Tam. It's a careful ball down the line, as was that one. Esposito again, called upon. Quickly diving to the left to regain possession for South Melbourne. On the way through for Cooling. Edwards. Cooling. There's a heavy ball coming back from Bomford. Tam getting in the way of the attack. Olivia Edwards for Sandu. Some patience right now for South Melbourne. Barring a red card of their own, they have an extra player out there for the entirety of this game. Getting tripped up again, Nikki Furukawa. Set the task, Yara. Edwards for Bomford. Cooling. Furukawa losing control. Edwin's outnumbered there. Esposito, that ball's not going to test her all that much. Westland in a hurry here. Clich at the left side of the formation here for South Melbourne. Westland kept on going. Is there going to be a chance here? The ball was blocked, but it goes in at the second time. And South Melbourne have their goal. Miki Furukawa with her first goal here for South Melbourne. She has been the danger for FV Academy. The foul call's given here, and now a yellow card for South Melbourne. Francesca Yamano gets booked here. And the conversation is being had, and there is a red card in the referee's hands here. Is it? So the chance for the equalizer. The foul occurred just inside the box. It's Eva Kokotis here against Christina Esposito. Kokotis equalizes. It's FV Academy's first goal of the season. So while there was after the foul was given, there was definitely a red card in the hands of Angelique Mangion, but South still have their 11 out there. The yellow card shown to Francesca Yamano, resulting in the penalty converted by Eva Kokotis. And it's 1-1 at Lakeside, and FV Academy have found that equaliser with just 10 players out there. Bomford here. Tam going first time. Didn't quite get it to Doveston. Eliardi's playing back, cleared out by Calling for South Melbourne. Taralis on the right side here, but Tam is first to it. South have dominated possession so far. That's a beautiful ball. Is there going to be a foul call there? No. The shot then, well blocked. At the second time, still a chance here. Taralis on the back foot though. Furukawa, Taralis again. Great keeping once more. Hero Resin. Outstanding to keep it a 1-1 here. Plenty happening at Lakeside right now. Clich can't control it. Annabelle Yates here. Dropped it in nicely for Dalton. South ball though. Bomford. Eliardi's looping one over the top. Clich lost their opponent, but not in a legal manner. It was Yates going to ground for FV Academy. Edwards. Calling. Esposito. Yates will need to retreat here. No. Well played. Yara will come away. The left-footed ball will be chopped off by Sandhu. Now to play for Misha Westland. Sandhu sending it vertical. Yara making the run on the right side, has shown some promise so far here tonight. And for the Academy ball. So 2 goals inside 21 minutes here and a red card as well. It will be a throw. Yates. Last touch off Westland. Yara up. Yates. Did well. Biggs going longer, and there is another chance here for 2-1. FV Academy. Esposito just got enough glove on it. A golden chance to take a lead for the team with 10 out there. So Nikki Furukawa and Eva Kokotes, the scorers here. Eliadi's playing back to Calling. Possession was given away by Durales. Westland. Yates has been very good here so far for the FV Academy. The wider ball from Biggs not working out. The run now being made by Uemano on a yellow card. It's Francesca Uemano. Doveston. Yates. Some good physical presence in the middle there. FV Academy were able to at least start an attack. It's quickly snuffed off though. Clich. Edwards. I wonder if Sandu was the target there, but picked out Yara instead. Sandu. Clich. Nothing coming. Would have thought that was an FV Academy ball, and it is. As much as the marshal wanted to give it to Akeisha Sandu. Comes back to Yates here. Picked off by Edwards, cutting in front. So a fair bit to recap in this first half hour at Lakeside. Amelia Tartaglia just 2.5 minutes in, sent off after pulling down Nikki Furukawa, making her run toward goal very early in the piece. Nikki Furukawa then did score sometime later. Although here's a mistake and potentially a goal for South Melbourne. It should be. And it is. Dragana Clich scores the second one for South Melbourne. Again, problems at the back for FV Academy. We saw that last week in the 2-0 loss against Alamein. And another preventable goal that's given away by FV Academy. South Melbourne regaining the advantage here, as I was recapping. In the 21st minute, a penalty awarded for FV Academy that ended up with an equalising goal from Eva Kokotis. And as you just saw, Dragana Clich regains the lead for South Melbourne just on the half-hour mark. Preventable goals are becoming an early theme here for FV Academy in this young season. Akeisha Sandu here. First start of the season for her. Yara has done well here. The 1-2 combination ball incoming. Esposito safely behind it. Looking to quickly release Westland. Covering a lot of grounds right now, Westland. Nicely played on the outer side here, South Melbourne. Looking to build another attack. All of that run being made by Nikki Furukawa. Her goal was one where she just pounced, really. Bomford had the first chance. That was quickly deflected back and then just pouncing on it quickly. Nikki Furukawa for what was the first goal of the evening. We've seen 2 sits. Now up to 12 minutes left in regulation here in the first half. And plenty to do for Angelique Mangione, our referee here this evening. One of her assistants now getting involved with the flag up. Yara here. It's a great ball, and that's not a bad one either. Searching one into the box, and now Westerway's looking to make something happen. Furukawa here for South Melbourne, slipping over as she dished off. Olivia Edwards for South Melbourne. Calling sent the wrong way by that ball, but nothing of a drama there. Calling. It's been keen to go long as often as possible here so far. Dobeston caught in the traffic. Still with work to do, needed help. And it was well provided. Kokotis at ground level. Can't keep it in the FE Academy's possession. Bomford. They'll share it around here. Bomford again. Plenty of space over on the left for Sandhu, who immediately cuts centrally. Bomford goes down at the top of the box. Yates. Dalton coming together there with Edwards, who couldn't keep her footing. Back with Esposito now. Calling. Esposito just kicked it straight into Calling there. Again, nothing to worry about. Clich, who scored her 5th goal in NPL Victoria just after the half-hour mark here. There were 12 goals between these two teams last season across their 2 meetings, already 3 here tonight. The most recent meeting in the middle of August last year, a 3-2 win for FV Emerging over South Melbourne. FV Emerging now known as the FV Academy here this season. Amelia Ingalls, Fiorina Nararia, and Danella Buttress, the scorers for FV. Danielle Wise and Emily Roach for South Melbourne. Danielle Wise scored 3 times against FV last year. The earlier meeting scored twice in the 4-3 win here. Game in which, much like tonight, South Melbourne had an extra player out there. Derala's looking to make something happen. Won't get through to Clich. The ball didn't stay in play for Kokotis. Derala's. That's not a bad ball. Not far away from Tiff Eliades. Getting boots a ball was Clich again, but not of any significance on this occasion. Well, it promised plenty of drama after 2 chaotic encounters last year between these two. And already tonight, 3 goals and a red card. That was only in the first 39.5 minutes. Clich didn't quite get that ball through. That was going to be a golden opportunity for Raquel Durales. Into the starting 11 for the first time this year. Raquel Durales. Westland. Calling. Olivia Edwards. Olivia Bomford working her way up the pitch. South know they can play the patient game, although they do need to be careful. They've been dangerous on the counter, FV Academy so far. For Raquel, her eyes just lit up there for a moment as she approached the area. That one had a bit more power on it, but way off target for Francesca Yamano. Is this a chance here for FV Academy? Because onside is Yara, and she will equalise. A beauty. Fiorina Yara has been threatening on that right side. And a touch over 3 minutes left in the first half here. It is 2-2. Found the back of the net last season against South and does it again here at Lakeside. And that's now 4 goals between the FV Academy and South Melbourne here tonight. They are high scoring encounters when they meet these two. Durales. Yamano. FV's doing all of this with 10 players out there. And that's been the case since the 2nd and 3rd minute of the game. 2.5 minutes in when the red card was shown to Amelia Tartaglia. Fiorina Yara probably best on in his first half across both sides. Raquel has been dangerous for South Melbourne. Bit too much to do here. That will be an FV Academy ball. Durales had to control it as it bounced down in front of her. It's a real spring in the FV Academy's step right now. Flag goes up here on South. Final minute of regulation. We have had all sorts of drama here so far. We're square at 2-2. Yara well and truly the threat right now, but comes off second best on that occasion to Sandu. Clich back to Sandu. Plenty of space in board for Dorales. They want to move it a bit quicker here, South Melbourne, but it's turned over. Yates misfiring. It stays in. Bomford. Yates regains for FV. Galveston had possession. The ball was in play and it's been stopped. There's potentially some sort of injury concern over here on this near side, and that's why play's been stopped. We are right on the 45. Have not yet seen if any additional minutes will be added on. One of the FV Academy players is over with the assistant referee right now with some kinds of issue. Doesn't necessarily appear to be injury related. So Fiorina Yara, not quite sure what has happened. I don't know if she was potentially wearing a bracelet or something along those lines that's being pulled off, and now she's suffered some sort of cut as a result. She's getting some attention now. It's an unusual stoppage in play here. Yaria's off the pitch right now, so down to 9 momentarily. Is FV Academy? Can South Melbourne punish them? It was well controlled. Bomford, Clich, the header, offside. Dorales had looked to score there. Yara now back out there. Can't take your eyes off this one right now. So still not entirely sure what the issue was there for Fiorina Yara. Scored a wonderful goal to equalise for FV Academy. Furukawa right now getting to work on Goodsmith. It pinballs around. Finally cleared out. In stoppage time here in the first half. An early red card followed by 2 goals for each team here. Furukawa, Clich, the scorers for South Melbourne. Kokotis, who scored from the spot in the 21st minute. And Fiorina Yara, the scorers for FV. Off balance, Eliades, that opened up the door for FV. Some work to do now for Yamano. An FV Academy ball. They have been so dangerous when they have been in attack. They've scored it twice, being down to 10. Is there one last chance here to snare an unlikely lead? It was scoreless against Alamein last week at the home of the Matildas. South Melbourne foul. Well, where do you start? all been happening at Lakeside Stadium. Entertaining first half in the final game of round 2 here in NPL Victoria in the 2025 NPL Victoria women's season. It all started with a very early direct red card for Amelia Tartaglia, bringing down Nikki Furukawa, who then later on scored the first goal of the evening. And then on the other side of the pitch, Francesca Yamano gave away the penalty. That saw Eva Kokotis get an equalizer in the 21st minute. On the half-hour mark, Dragana Clich made it 2-1 for South Melbourne before some magic on the right side from Fiorina Yara in the 42nd minute. Drew it back to 2-2. Half-time at Lakeside Stadium. It's South Melbourne 2, FV Academy 2. We are back at Lakeside Stadium where it was all happening in the first 45 minutes. It is 2-2 after what was a very eventful first half in this final game of round 2 in NPL Victoria Women's for season 2025. It all started very early in the piece when Emilia Tartaglia for FV Academy was sent off after bringing down Nikki Furukawa. That was 2.5 minutes into the game. Furukawa then did score later on in the first half. We got an equalizer from the spot from Eva Kokotis at the 21st minute, and then 9 minutes later, right on the half-hour mark, Dragana Clich made it 2-1 for South Melbourne before an outstanding run from Fiorina Yara equalised it again for FV Academy. And that's how we've arrived here to start this second half. FV Academy in the aqua blue. Almost a light teal sort of kit for them here tonight. The traditional blue for South Melbourne. Charlotte Herrero-Rezin was outstanding in goal in the first half for FV Academy. Will have some early work to do here. Decides to stay back. It bounces past a couple. Was it handled at some point? A yellow card is shown. And it's going to be a second penalty for the evening. I think it was Yates that was shown yellow. And for the second time tonight, from this exact spot, we have a penalty kick. Tiff Aliades with the chance to give South Melbourne their third lead of the night. Off the post on the follow-up, it will go in. Misha Westland. Tifeliades missing. It cannons into the post. Westland was there, had no dramas. 3-1 South Melbourne. Her 6th goal in NPL Victoria. Misha Westland. And for the 3rd time tonight, South Melbourne holding on to a 1-goal lead here. They're up and about right now. Yamano. Good Schmidt regains for FV Academy. Ball just popped up on Biggs there. A little back flick then from Dalton. So we now have the same scoreline we had last time these two teams met, except FV emerging was 3-2 up. And that was the final score back in August between these two at the home of the Matildas. South Melbourne won at 4-3 here, Lakeside back in May. Ball was intended for Kokotis there. Furukawa. Nice ball out wide, Clich. Just got caught in behind though. Great defending by Annabelle Yates there, who is on a yellow. Came off a little worse for wear. Some nice work there before firing the shot from Heidi Dalton. Christina Esposito has been busy in goal so far tonight for South Melbourne. Got in behind it. Westaway. Yara made the run. She's been a major threat in from the right side for FV Academy. End-to-end stuff here to start the second half. Jade Tam may well get it back here. Ball went a bit more central instead. It was Doveston looking to find a way through for FV. First time ball from Bomford, good. Bomford gets it back. Bomford, that'll be for 4-2. Blocked on the way through, maybe by her own teammate. I think it was Clich who inadvertently intercepted. Doveston looking to play on quickly in the direction of Heidi Dalton. Came in for Alice Franku. The only change for FV Academy from their 2-0 loss to Alamein on the opening weekend of the season. And Annabelle Yates still under some duress right now. Being on a card, don't be surprised if we get our first change of the evening. The substitute is being readied for FV Academy, and Yates' night is going to be over after 52 minutes. It was a solid shift at the back for Yates. Did very nicely indeed. We will confirm the substitution for you when we can. Fourth official does not have her board with her tonight. Bomford for Akawa. Safely through for Herrera Resin in the end. Well, Yardis has to chase up here after her first ball didn't work out. Hikotis beaten to it. Yamano. Dangerous ball. Herrera Resin's down here. And play has to stop at the near post. Did well to deny a fourth goal for South Melbourne. And there is a injury concern here for the FV Academy goalkeeper. And it looks to be, I was going to say, it looks to be a bit more serious. A lot of players huddled around here, but gets back up on her feet now. And will hopefully just shake it off and be okay. Looks like she will be. Medical treatment done away with now and everything's okay. For the second time tonight. The referee has to restart play with the drop ball. And Liardi's had no room to work with as play restarted. I was going to say it was initially going to stay in play, but then given away in the end. Eva Goodschmidt with the throw here. Over the head of Furukawa. Can confirm that Gracie Clarkson was the player coming on for the injured Annabelle Yates. That was the first substitution of the night. It was 2-2 at halftime. South Melbourne awarded a penalty that was missed by Tiff Eliades, but then tipped in after it cannoned off the post by Misha Westland. 12 goals between these two last year, 5 here tonight, so now 17 goals in 3 meetings between South Melbourne and the FV Academy, formerly known as FV Emerging. Sandhu at the space close in. More changes coming for FV Academy. No changes yet for South Melbourne. FV Academy's been down to 10 players for nearly the entirety of this game. It was Amelia Tartaglia who was sent her marching orders very, very early. Nearly practically tackling down Nikki Furukawa, making her advance on goal in the 3rd minute. Double change will be coming for FV Academy. One already forced, Yates, who had been solid at the back, coming off, being replaced by Gracie Clarkson, the only substitution so far here tonight. There was a scare for Charlotte Herrera-Rezin in goal, who has the ball right now, but she's okay. We'll clear away here. Zarales, no space. This has been her issue for most of the night so far. Not much space to work in. Is the ball going to be left behind here by Yomano? Help was there. Bomford. Eliades. Now, we did have a halftime substitution I've just become aware of for South Melbourne that we'll get to in a moment. Eliades from long range. Bounces off, and Furukawa was there. Charlotte Herrera-Rezin recovers. And it stays 3-2. So, Alana Byrne is now out there in defence. And it looks like calling has come off. I reckon that was a halftime substitution for South Melbourne that we've just become aware of. Eliades here. Tightly marked. Furukawa coming in to help. Eliades missed her penalty kick earlier in this second half. Ball incoming. First real touch there for Clarkson. Yara scored the second goal for FV Academy here tonight. Had a lot of work to do getting past Sandhu. Sandhu comes away victorious in that battle. Sandhu held it for a while. We go all the way back to Alana Byrne. Got the start last week. Subbed in here tonight. Eliades. The intended target, Dragana Clich, but it's out of reach. Second changes of the evening. And without the fourth officials board, we're guessing a little as to what the moves are. Nika Doveston is coming off, as is Heidi Dalton. We'll confirm the players coming on when we can. Okay, Djokovic and Lara Aitken, the two new players out there for FV Academy. Aitken might get an instant involvement here. Olivia Bobford all over her opponent there. The foul call going FV Academy's way. Sent out wide quickly. Instant impact here perhaps for Djokovic. First touch will be a ball sent in. It was in the direction of Kokotis. Inventive stuff from Dorales, but it doesn't come off for South Melbourne. And I'll start again from the back with Christina Esposito. And Yara's come and gone here at Lakeside. 3-2. As promised, high drama, high scoring. Red cards, penalties, converted penalties, missed penalties. Everything you could ask for, we've had. And we're only 2/3 of the way through. Westaway. Yara up. Sandu not allowing her much space at all, and that's wise. Had an outstanding first half, including a goal. Fiorina Yara has now scored in back-to-back seasons against South Melbourne. Clarkson's ball in board. Clancy Westaway had company for Rakawa. That ball had a lot of venom coming towards it. Good Schmidt clearing away. Was there a chance there momentarily for Djokovic? Maybe the second time. Aitken. It's a looper. Or a floater, perhaps. It was slow coming in for Christina Esposito. Going to see another change here for South Melbourne. Raquel Dorales, who was involved in plenty, but a somewhat frustrating night for her. Her night is done now. Replaced by Sophie Papatsanis. Papatsanis, instant touch after coming on. It's getting it from her fellow sub this evening in Alana Byrne. Kotis looked to take it away. Plenty of the dark shade of blue shirts around her though. Calling still out there. That means that I think it was Edwards that was subbed off at the half for South Melbourne for Byrne. For Akawa's ball. No one there for South Melbourne. Took their time clearing it, but they will. FV Academy. Papatsanis has had some early touches since coming on for South Melbourne. Westland back to goal. Had to dispose of it quickly. Sandu had the task of trying to quell the influence of Fiorina Yara as much as possible. That hasn't been easy. Are we seeing another move here from FV Academy? Yara is actually hovering just on the outskirts of the technical area right now. Play is going to resume. Yara may well be done for the night. No, she'll stay out there for the time being. South Melbourne ball. Been happening on the FV Academy bench. It's hard to keep track of when you're also trying to watch the live play. Westland. Byrne searching ball forward for Bomford. Clich. Sandu more central this time. Eliades on the outer side for South Melbourne. Byrne. Threading one for Sandu. Takes the shots. Slight bobble, but it's all okay for Charlotte. Yara resident. Yara will be coming off now. An outstanding night on the right flank for her. Plenty of changes for FV Academy. The new player on, Alice Franco. Got the start last week, Franco. We'll get about 25 or so minutes of action here this evening. Chasing a deficit for the third time tonight is FV Academy. They're doing it with one less player. Bomford! In it goes! Capitalising from a beautifully placed ball. Olivia Bomford's been threatening to score. And for the first time tonight, South Melbourne now leads by 2. Six goals for the night now, which is the average between these two in recent years. Kokotis, who scored the first one tonight from the spot for FV Academy. Can they get one back pretty quickly? No, they can't. It's Byrne doing well for Rakawa here. Byrne. Eliades going first time. It gets away from Westland. Scorer of the third goal for South Melbourne. Dispossessed by Goodschmidt. Jogovic peeling off late. And leaving it for Kokotis, who is fouled. Righty calling gets a yellow card for that. Clancy Westaway will send this in for FV Academy. Once Angelique Magione's ready, ball incoming directly at Esposito. "20 minutes left here. It's cooled off here at Lakeside. Relatively nice day here in Melbourne, but a cool evening by the lake. First game here in the NPL back at Lakeside after the Grand Prix. Hundreds of thousands of fans in the precincts last weekend. Don't wish to play the role of spoiler, but a good result in the Australian front this weekend in Formula One earlier today. Go ahead and search it for yourself. I won't give it away in case you've got it lined up to catch up on later on. Dragovic here. There's a chance. Kokotis, it took a deflection. Esposito able to handle it in the end. That was a dangerous moment that South Melbourne gets away with. Aliades looking to take it away beyond halfway. She goes. Threading it beautifully. Westland, it's a golden opportunity to score her second and South Melbourne's fifth. And the ball just as impressive from Tiffany Aliades to set up Misha Westland's second goal of the night. Only had 5 goals to her name in NPL Victoria coming in. Now has 7. Three goals in his second half for South Melbourne. It is 11 v 10 out there. It has been since the 3rd minute of the match. FV scoring twice despite that. But now South Melbourne well and truly in control. As you would expect in the circumstances. Tam scored a lovely goal here last season for FV emerging. Regains by Byrne here, South Melbourne. With possession, Aliades. What an assist that was for Misha Westland. Five, 2. There were 7 goals here last season between these two. 7 again here tonight. And most certainly not done with that count just yet. We're going at a goal every 10 or so minutes here. Hip and shoulder almost there. That was all okay in the eyes of Angelique Magione. Was busy in the first half. Esposito. Calling. I subbed her off earlier in this half. Apologies for that. It was, in fact, Edwards Coolhouse. That's a great ball, Cooling. Westland's on a hat-trick here. Plays back. That's not going to be an issue. Deciding to blaze away. But not working out for Furukawa. Eliardi's growing stronger the longer this goes in midfield for South Melbourne. FE Academy ball. Kokotis the target, but has to chase. And will look to get there in time. Clever little flick, but onto it quickly. Yamano recovered nicely for South Melbourne. Picked up a yellow card in the first half, resulting in the penalty. That was converted by Eva Kokotis. That made it 1-1. Westaway goes down. We'll get it back, Westaway. Good Schmidt. Gets away from Westaway. Furukawa. Westland. Finds herself on a hat-trick here with plenty of time to convert that. Still more than 12 minutes left, just in regulation time. Yamano bringing the ball in for South Melbourne. Eliardi's going back. Papatanis will take it away for South Melbourne. Held onto it for a while. Bomford. Sandu. Furukawa. For a moment there, I thought it might have been a chance for a corner, but goal kick instead here for FE Academy. Shirt being pulled there for Kaja Jankovic. Westland. Kokotis. Eva Kokotis converting a penalty earlier tonight. Eva Goodschmidt. Second throw a little further up than the first. Jugovic tried to play on for FE Academy, back with Esposito. Burns sent the ball into the air, then had an FE Academy player either side of it. Calling in tight quarters. A throw here in the attacking third for FV Academy. Another change coming for South Melbourne. And unfortunately for Misha Westland, she's not going to get her chance at a hat-trick. Subbed out, having scored twice tonight. Shaylee Lane coming on for South Melbourne. No, sorry. Alana Filipovic. Apologies. Just looking at the wrong side of my sheet there. South Melbourne ball. They've been comfortable here for a while now. South Melbourne regaining the lead after a 2-2 scoreline at half-time. Anisha Westland didn't take too long to restore the lead for South Melbourne after a penalty that was missed by Tiffany Aliades. Offside flag goes up on Francesca Yomano. Gave away a penalty that was converted for FV Academy earlier tonight, did Francesca. Filipovic onside. This should be another goal. It's Marmy Ambo scoring the 6th goal of the night for South Melbourne. Very quickly after coming on. It's been hard for us to keep track of the subs tonight. No fourth officials board available to us, so didn't actually know she was on. Marmy Ambo makes it 6-2 for South Melbourne. Furukawa will have the flag go up. Oh, I think a 7th very quickly, South Melbourne. Kikotis. The fellow number 7 accompanying her. Jugovic tried to blaze away. The FV Academy not done scoring tonight. Why not throw everything at it now? Good Schmidt. For Tam, who has a lovely right boot on it. Was on display there, albeit unable to connect with one of her attacking teammates. Both benches have been cleared out now. Four goals for South Melbourne in this second half. With the extra player out there, to be said though. FV Academy's been down to 10 since basically the start. Calling going back to Papatsanis. Aliades making a run along the left. Out of position, the keeper. The ball's been lobbed over the top. And how's it going to bounce? Off the crossbar. And in it'll go. Another goal. Nikki Furukawa's now on a hat-trick for South Melbourne. 7-2. Nikki Furukawa with her seconds of the night. Four South Melbourne goals in just over 15 minutes of play. Have blown this one completely out of the water here at Albert Park. So Misha Westland denied the chance to get her hat-trick, being subbed out after her second goal. Can Nikki Furukawa get it done? There's more than enough time. We're now going at a goal on average in less than 10 minutes at a time here tonight. It was 2-2 at halftime. Tam directs ball down the line. Djokovic. Kokotis, flag. Pen running out of ink here, marking down all these goals. Bryony Calling picked up a yellow card earlier in this second half. Francesca Yamano also on a yellow. Annabelle Yates picked up one for FV Academy, but now no longer out there. Picks up an injury earlier in this second half. Hopefully not too bad for Annabelle Yates. Bomford. Yamano. Kokotis blocking. They've been in battle all night, Yamano and Kokotis. Laura Aiken with some nifty work in getting past Byrne. Well trapped by Westerway, but the offload not so good. Approaching the 90. First win of the year coming up for South Melbourne. Going to Alamein next Saturday. FV Academy back home. And a local derby of sorts against Heidelberg United next weekend. Is goal number 8 coming? Not. Very close. Alana Filipovic just wide of the post. So lacking a fourth officials board, we're not going to know how long spinning going to be added on. Byrne. Sandhu was making the run. Still had a chance maybe there. Yamato gets it in front of Kokotis. Ball runs away from Alana Byrne. 30 seconds left before we reach the 90 minutes. Djokovic. It's going to ricochet back. Eliades. Westerway for FV Academy. Djokovic. Can't fire the shot away. Doing some defensive work, Bomford. We're on hat-trick watch here for Nikki Furukawa. Would have to be in stoppage time now if she is to get it. Play stopped here. South Melbourne free kick. A goal every 10 minutes on average here tonight. Sandu. Cleared away. We're in the dying embers of this one. South Melbourne, one last press here for an 8th goal. Scoreline last weekend against Bentley Greens, far more conventional, a 1-1 draw. Against two clubs with plenty of history against each other in the top flight of Victorian football. 7-2. With the chance to still make it 8. This might be one of their last chances though. Yamano. Marmy Ambo came on and scored instantly in the 82nd minute. Remarkably not the most recent goal in this game. Should be a South Melbourne ball. No. The call goes FV Academy's way. Can they snare a late 3rd goal? Good Schmidt with the throw here. Okay, Djokovic surrounded by defenders. This may well be it in terms of one final possession for FV Academy. It's gotten away from them, as you would expect. Having less personnel out there for nearly the entirety of this match. Is there one last chance here, maybe? Kokotis scored the first one tonight. Esposito, and that is it. Well, all happening. 9 goals here tonight at Lakeside Stadium. 2 braces in the end for South. Misha Westland and Nikki Furukawa. And single goals for Olivia Bomford, Dragana, Clich, and Marmy Ambo for South Melbourne. The FE Academy. It was 2-2 at half-time. Eva Kokotis and Fiorina Yara, the scorers. And that's round 2 in the books in NPL Victoria Women's for season 2025. Hope you enjoyed it on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. South Melbourne 7, FV Academy 2.